Hi guys, I know it's been a long time, but I have an update for you. And today's video is all of the exterior renovations that we did on the house. And this video is probably gonna seem a little bit scattered because we've just been like periodically working on the outside of the house, like since we bought it. So some of these clips are from months ago, some are from last week. Like, that's how scattered out it is. So sorry if it feels a little bit jumbled, but I just kind of wanted to do all the exterior in one video, and that is going to be today's video. So let's get started. So here's the initial video I got of the house when we first bought it. You can see the front is just really overgrown. The driveway is in shambles. The exterior of the house needs a lot of work. It needs new paint, new trim, new windows. It was in pretty rough condition, to say the least. One of the first things that we started doing when we bought the house was taking down this weird railing that was in the front. You can see Colby's, trying to help her dad out a little bit. Another one of the first things we did was trim down a lot of the trees that were there, and that was just because they were so overgrown. You really couldn't see the front of the house at all, and it just looked kind of messy, to be honest. So we did get rid of quite a bit of those. Another large job that we had to do on the exterior is change out any of the fascia in the soffit because it was all rotted. And so you can see here my dad and Marcus are kind of working on the roof, and that roof was literally so high that it terrified me, and I'm not even scared of heights. So I was not really helping with that job. But once they got the fascia and everything up, I did get up and help caulk and paint it, and this was on the front of the house, so I had no problem doing this. And you can see the house is also painted already. That's one of the first things we try to do. We try to paint before they get new windows in. That's another thing you'll notice in this clip is we did get the windows changed out and they look phenomenal. Our window guys did a really good job on that. But we try to paint before the windows go in. That way we don't have to worry about taping anything off. And then once they put the new trim up, we can just paint the trim. And they actually ended up painting it for us, so that was great. So here I am painting that fascia trim, and the colors that I chose for this house were more neutral color based because it just kind of went with the flow of the house better, in my opinion, as far as the inside of the house goes. And I think we chose balanced beige as the house color and then pillowcase as the trim color, and those are both by Sharon Williams. Just in case you're wondering, that trim color is one of my new favorite colors. I think it looks so pretty. It's not white, it's more of a cream color, and it just looks so good. I decided to give this porch rail a fresh coat of paint, and I don't actually think it had ever been painted before. You can kind of see the wood is getting a little moldy and rotted, and that's because there was never a finish on it. So typically any wood that you have that's going to be outside, you want to finish it with something, whether it's paint or a poly. Otherwise it's going to get rotted like that really quickly just from the weather and any of the humidity in the air. We actually considered taking this porch railing completely out, but I thought that it gave a little bit of charm to the front porch, and so we decided to go ahead and keep it up, and I think it looks really cute. One thing you might notice here is that we did get a new screen door for the house. The old screen door was black, and it just kind of dated everything once we had the new windows in, so we got a new screen door. We also got a new front door, and it made a huge difference to the exterior and the curb appeal of the house. Alrighty, so hired some guys to come out, or some guys, I hired someone to come redo the driveway entry because it was like falling apart. And so they came out and they demoed today, and I'm sure they're going to haul this off tomorrow, and hopefully they'll get it framed up and poured this week. But yeah, this is our driveway right now. We happened to have some pretty warm days right around the time the driveway was getting redone, so I decided to go ahead and start on the front lawn because by the time we list this house, I really want there to be some type of nice lawn. In the initial video, you can see the front yard is basically just full of weeds, and that's obviously not going to be a good look for when we're trying to sell it. And so I went ahead and raked up any kind of debris or leaves or, you know, sticks and twigs and everything out of the front yard, and tried to rake up that dirt to get it to break up a little bit so that I can lay some grass seed down. I did end up laying some grass seed once I was done raking everything up and kind of raking the dirt up, but I don't think a lot of it took because, like I said, those were some pretty warm days that week, and I think the grass seed was just didn't survive the heat. I did water it and water it and water it as much as I could. I did also put some fertilizer down, so either way I knew it was going to be a win-win for me because I knew that the grass in the yard was going to also try to spread even if my grass seed didn't sprout. So basically I'm just going to keep watering this yard until we sell it, just to try to get the grass to grow a little bit better. Yay! We have a driveway and it looks so pretty. So those were most of the projects that we did in the front of the house. Now is the real beast, which is the backyard, which you guys know was my worst nightmare when we bought it. And you can see from this throwback video, this is from when we initially bought the house. It is very overgrown down here. There is this weird cinder block pool that is just filled with junk. This pool is like 10 feet deep and basically just a huge mess for us to deal with. You've got trees coming up out of God knows where. You've got this really cool area and fireplace in the back, but it is surrounded by God knows what. So many weeds, so many random plants, thorns, bushes, dead trees, dead limbs. It's a nightmare. We did end up finding a solution for the pool dilemma, and that involves all of this lumber that Marcus is loading up currently at Lowe's. We thought of multiple ideas of how we could deal with this pool situation, and to be honest, none of them were really great ideas, but obviously something had to be done in order for us to be able to sell the house, and this is the best one and the most feasible one that we could choose. And so this is what we ended up doing with this pool. Woo, that is huge. So our plan, yeah, the grass. Our plan with the pool is to cover it with a deck, which is why there's this huge thing right here. And basically we can't fill it. Oh my gosh, she looks so cute. Her hair's a mess. I didn't get her ready this morning because it's spring break, and why would I do that when we're not going anywhere? Anyways, that's why this huge thing is here. We're gonna build it in sections, which they've already got the first section done. So we'll move that onto the pool and mount it in, and then when they get the second section done, we'll have a nice little deck. So this day was after they had built the second section, and they went ahead and moved it on top of the pool. There are also joists that we ended up running underneath this structure to give it a lot more support and stability. You just can't see it in this video. And this is when we had laid some of the deck boards, and I will say that this has been no easy task, but I know by the time we're done with it, it's going to be a huge weight off my shoulders for sure. Another part of the backyard that we have to tackle is this fireplace area, which is actually a really cool area, but again, just super overgrown. We did end up having a guy come out and he mowed the back and trimmed up some stuff for us, and he did a really good job. But again, all of this debris is kind of laying out everywhere. So I got a shovel and tried to shovel out all of these branches and leaves and dirt that were on the ground still. I also trimmed up some of these tree branches that are like coming out of the concrete, and I was really scared this whole time because the river is right behind me, and I could have swore I was gonna run into a snake with all of these branches everywhere. So I was being really cautious because I don't like snakes, and luckily I didn't run into a snake, just a few spiders. So I was very thankful for that. After I cleaned all of that out, I got Marcus's leaf blower and I tried to blow out all of the dirt and leaves that were still there that I couldn't shovel up. This was a really windy day, so the whole time that I was trying to blow this out, it was basically just coming right back into my face. I definitely needed a shower after this job, but I did get done finally, and the patio looks 10 times better just with that job done. And with that being said, that is going to be the end of this video. You will obviously get to see the exterior in its entirety and its doneness as soon as we're done with this house and I can post the final video. I think that it's looking great. You kind of got a pretty good idea of what it's going to look like, and so I hope you guys like it. Stay tuned for all my other videos that I have to come. I have so many videos I have to post for you guys, but that is it for today. And I just want to say thank y'all so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see y'all soon.